What do you think happens when you take some of the most beloved comic book characters of all time, place them into a video game, then hire a company that's known for its intersectional politics, race baiting, and generally hustling the gaming industry into current daying their products to write the story, have these beloved characters killed off by a bunch of absolute Z-listers and massively disrespected along the way, and expect it to sell? Well, apparently that's what Rocksteady thought. Spoiler alert, it didn't. Hi everyone, it's Az here from HeelvsBabyface. Probably by now, most of you know about the Suicide Squad Kills the Justice League video game, in as much as the content that's come out of it, the stories that have come out of it, and the massive amounts of disrespect, not just for the characters within the game, but for people who enjoy comic book characters, the genre, heroes, everything surrounding that ethos by a group of really disgusting, filthy people which go under the banner of Sweet Baby Inc. A company, by the way, that protected their Twitter account when I released an Alan Wake 2 video a couple of 3 months ago. Purely coincidental, I'm sure. Oh, and I also just so happened to get blocked on Twitter by the CEO of the company on that very same day. My oh my, when will these coincidences stop? The same Sweet Baby Inc. that's responsible for the blackfacing of Norse gods, because apparently it's an interpretation of mythology. The very same Sweet Baby Inc. that race changed Saga Anderson for Alan Wake 2 for some reason as well. The very same Sweet Baby Inc. responsible for the narrative choices in Spider-Man 2, where devs confirm Miles Morales will be the main Spider-Man going forward. Are you getting just a small idea of what Sweet Baby Inc. are actually there to do to your gaming company? But of course, Western gaming companies are fully complicit in this, because this will no doubt adhere to their DEI and ESG regulations that they now have in place. Superficial systems of representation, which of course only come at the detriment of actual characterization and storytelling. But I got some good news. Customers don't give a fuck. Audiences got very excited when they found out that there was an Avengers game coming. Finally, they could play as some of their favorite characters of all time. Oh no, you're gonna play as Ms. Marvel, a character nobody gives a shit about whatsoever. Oh, I guess I'm just being a big old poopy pants. I'm sure it made a ton of money. Marvel's Avengers leads to $50 million loss. Still, I bet publisher Square Enix was like, okay, don't worry about it. Let's move on to the next one. It's only money after all. Why Square Enix sold its Western studios? According to this article, it appears to be a bit of a head scratcher.
Did I just do that?
Well, definitely with my assistance.
I did not just do that.
We did.
I just moved shit with my mind.
Perhaps our connection has somehow awoken some abilities.
I just moved shit with my mind.
I just keep hearing I.
I just moved shit with my freaking mind!
Square Enix Forspoken sales were lackluster and its reception challenging. Well, they're not wrong. It is challenging to try and sell dog shit
to a modern gaming audience.
Have you ever shoved anything in your own ass? Of course, duh. And then I'd be like, this is vulnerable.
Oh, I'm sure it's just another one of those coinky-donkle-pookles. Anyway, let's go check out their Instagram profile, shall we? I mean, they want to talk to us and engage with the audience about the incredible work that they're doing within the gaming industry. Oh, I guess not then. But then again, why would you want to engage an audience when all you're there to do is push your own ideological politics? You don't give a shit about the gaming industry. You just want to get in there, destroy heroes, change white characters to black characters, give it a nice little superficial paint job, and say, pay me money. Pay me money. I diversified you. Pay me money. Cash dollar money. Because it's a massive, huge, colossal hustle.
Our goal overall is to tell better stories. We also want to make them more innovative, more inclusive as kind of part of that. More inclusive as kind of part of that.
I don't know how many times I have to say this, folks, but when they tell you exactly what they're doing, listen to them.
We do everything from kind of script writing to narrative direction to sensitivity and representational and inclusive reading. Sensitivity and representational and inclusive reading.
Oh, you mean current day Californian shit, which is a big hit over there in commie Canada right now. White god, black. White girl, black. White hero, black. So inclusion and sensitivity actually just means getting rid of white characters. Gotcha.
Everything is sexist, everything is racist, everything is homophobic, and you have to point it all out.
Oh, my bad. That was a complete and utterly different grifter whose doctrine you follow. It's all just one big hustle.
And just to see a woman in this role, a woman of color being a protagonist in a game that we don't see that often. And just to see a woman in this role.
You are stupid. You are stupid.
So with all of that in mind, based off the company that we're dealing with here, just exactly how well is the Suicide Squad Kills the Justice League doing? Spoiler alert. Dog shit! Suicide Squad's day one Steam peaks less than half of Marvel's Avengers. You remember Marvel's Avengers? The game that lost $50 million. Oopsies.
Fucking hate this game.
Marvel's Avengers launched out of early access September 2020 with a peak player count of 29,916. The Suicide Squad Kills the Justice League launched out of early access February 2024 with a peak of 12,667 players. That's less than half of the Avengers game's day one peak. Oh my goodness me. But it gets better. Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League physical sales seem to be off to a shaky start. Suicide Squad just launched, but it already appears to be in a precarious position based on initial physical sales. Suicide Squad is currently seeing sales in the first week that are roughly half of what Guardians of the Galaxy experienced during its release, and that game was deemed as underperforming itself.
Oh no, what happened? Oh no, how terrible. That's just awful. How terrible. Oh no.
It's not clear why Suicide Squad is performing so poorly. Let me just have a think.
We will show proper respect to this fallen hero by...
Show a little class, man. Holy shit. Congratulations.
Oh, you're literally pissing on people's heroes. Gotcha. Sure, it can't get any worse than that, though. Oh, one of the absolute worst characters in modern comics, Harley Quinn, a character that's been absolutely annihilated over the last 2 decades, ties up and executes Batman, one of the greatest heroes of all time. Gotcha. But as it's the Suicide Squad, they're not meant to be good guys, said somebody that doesn't have a single solitary brain cell when it comes to narrative design. There are ways to tell stories. This isn't it. This just comes across as mean-spirited and spiteful. And if you've seen the bios that were made up of these heroes, then you'll see that that's absolutely confirmed. Written by people who are dogshit ideologists. That's who. AKA Sweet Baby Stink. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm absolutely thrilled for any Western gaming company to do business with Sweet Baby Stink, because the sooner you do, the sooner you'll lose tens of millions of dollars in search of the mythical
modern gaming audience.
And maybe the sooner you'll go out of business, or the sooner you'll wake the fuck up. The game might be called The Suicide Squad Kills the Justice League, but Sweet Baby Stink killed the Western gaming industry. I'll see you in the next video. You take care. Bye for now.